everybody, how are you today? So a few weeks back I made a video about how to find a job in the UK, and that one was about how to start your career in the UK, how to find a job that starts your career abroad. Today's video is a little bit different. It's going to be for you if your dream is moving abroad, but maybe just for a certain amount of time, and if you just want to get some office experience abroad for 6 months or a year and you maybe don't want to work at Starbucks. So if that's kind of what you want to do, hopefully this video should help you. So what I do want to start with is telling you the story about how I got my first job abroad. So I was looking for a job, I was searching on different websites, I had no clue what I was doing or what I wanted to do. And I'm sure a lot of you feel the same, like you don't know what you want to do you want to go abroad? At the time I didn't know if I wanted to go back to Germany or not, so I was really quite clueless. And I was very lucky to be contacted by a recruitment agency. And they said to me, Sandy, we noticed you speak German and you're looking for a job. So why don't you come and work as a customer service agent? And a customer service agent is essentially a person that sits in a call center and takes calls all day long and complaints and emails. And I thought this is probably not what I'm looking for at the moment, but they wanted to put me forward for this job, and actually I thought there might be a chance, and the brand it was for was quite cool as well, so I wanted to give it a try. So I got invited to an assessment day. For those of you who do not know what assessment days are, they can be quite daunting. So assessment days are interview days where you get invited to that company alongside a lot of other people, and then you have to compete against the other people in different tasks or interviews or group tasks, presentations, etc. So it can be quite daunting, but I thought I'm going to give my best. I did all my research, I prepared very well, and I was awake and I had enough sleep on the day, so I did get the job. And let me tell you, it wasn't half as horrible as I thought it would be. It was a great brand. I made sure that, there was enough benefits and enough, caring for the employee, and I enjoyed it, and I actually did stay a while. All that to say, this job I got, and my only skill that I needed for it was pretty much be myself and speak German, because the customer service that I was giving was mainly to people in Germany. So that kind of brings me to the first tip. When you're applying for a job abroad, an entry-level job that hardly requires any, experience whatsoever, don't forget your most important skill. Your most important skill is your native language. So for me, it was German. And believe me, I didn't really know. My CV was full of stuff, but German was tiny, in the corner somewhere, and I didn't apply for jobs that required German. It was only the recruitment agency that kind of told me about it. So when you're creating your CV for that first job abroad, don't forget your native language. It's very, very important. And I'm not going to give loads of CV advice now, you can Google that, but the only thing I want to say, don't make it longer than 2 pages and include as much detail as you can. And detail can be any clubs that you joined in school or in university, or any jobs that you did when you were 16 and you were selling popcorn at the cinema, when you were cleaning, or when you were doing babysitting, or when you were maybe giving maths homework. Anything like that is relevant, and all of that should be on your CV. Now that's all good. You've got your CV and you've got your language on your CV, and you want to start looking for jobs that require your native language. Where are you going to look? There are 2 places where you need to look. Number 1, job websites. I'm going to put a few down below that have helped me in the past, or that I know have good sort of, jobs that look for people that speak a foreign language. But number 2, and most importantly, more importantly actually, are recruitment agencies. So again, I'm going to put a few down below, and also the one that helped me at the time. There are recruitment agencies that specialize on people who speak a foreign language. So they look for German speakers, they look for French speakers, they look for Italian speakers, and you are much more likely to find this entry-level job through a recruitment agency, because a lot of companies don't really put these entry-level jobs on LinkedIn or on big websites. They just want recruitment agencies to help them, because that's going to be much faster. So your chances are very high if you work with a recruitment agency for that. But what kind of jobs can you actually find, and what kind of jobs should you look for? for. So like I said, like my first job that I ever found, customer service is probably going to be the one that is most likely to find. Any type of customer service, complaint handling via telephone or email, order processing, taking orders over the phone, etc. So any call center based jobs should be very easy to find, and there are plenty out there, trust me. The other job that you can possibly find is sales or telesales, but be a little bit careful with this one because some of them can involve you having to call up a lot of innocent people and having to try to sell them something. So I know that some people don't mind doing this and they can do this all day. So if you don't mind doing this, then yes, do this, because then you're going to call up people in your home country on behalf of the company that you're working for. But I just want to say that this is not for everyone, so just make sure you're checking the company that you're working with and if you're okay to do that. Another job that you can find is researcher type roles. Now researcher is a very, very broad area, but it can mean any type of data collection or survey collection or information collection over the phone, via email, or even out in the streets for the company that you're working for. And finally, and this is where it's complicated, you can also become a recruiter for a recruitment agency. Now, what? But these agencies that I spoke about, they recruit people, of course, like I said, like you and me, who speak different languages. But in the agency themselves, there are actually people who also speak foreign languages because they need to recruit people like you. You see how it all goes together? So a lot of recruitment agencies hire people with minimal or no experience at all, as long as they have the language skill. And again, if you are interested in that, you can also see if that recruitment agency actually has a job for you with them rather than find one for you. So especially in London and in the UK, I know that this is something that a lot of people do and it's very popular, and if you speak at least, you know, a European language, you're quite likely to maybe get a chance of finding a recruitment agency job. Now what I want to say, and what is really, really important, is that all of these jobs are not the most exciting ones. None of them is necessarily going to set you out for a huge career. Like I said, some of them might be difficult to do, some of them might not be for you, but if you do not mind at all what you're going to do abroad and all you want to do is get office experience, some, you know, system experience, something great for your CV, then some of these will be for you, and then this will be a fabulous experience for you abroad. You will meet people who work in offices abroad, and you will meet other foreign people, and you get office experience abroad, which will look great, great, great on your CV afterwards. So like I said, if you're very fussy about your job choice, very, very difficult, much more difficult anyway. I'm not saying this is not possible, but if you're happy to do any kind of office job, then I think this video should have helped you a little bit at least. So where are you from? What languages do you speak, and where do you want to go abroad to? Do you speak 5 or 6 or just one language or no language at all? Let me know in the comments below. Any other questions, of course, below as well. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. You can watch my other video down there. You can subscribe down there, and also follow me on social media, and I will see you next week. I'd love to see you again. Hopefully you'll come along, and that's it. Goodbye. Happy job hunting.